Alrighty, hey there everyone. We're back yet again with some more hardcore Minecraft. Last time we finished up the gold farm, and today we're going to be building the matching bartering farm. After we tuck away some of our extra material, because man oh man, we have a lot of crap that we got to get rid of. So we're going to take some time to organize what we got, go put everything away nice and neat, and see what else we can do. Today we're going to be building ENXO4's bartering farm. It's a very nice bartering farm. I'll post the link to it in a little bit. But we got a little bit of organizing to do first before we can effectively do anything here. So let's see what we got. Got some various redstone bits that we can go ahead and tuck away. There we go. Yeah, let's not think too hard about it. Let's just go put this stuff away for right now. I don't think we got a zombie villager that managed to live out there. Those away. One of these should be my armor stand box. Let's see here. Seem to be missing it. Wonder where I put it. Couldn't tell you. Oh, there it is. We'll tuck that away. That one's empty. That one's good. One of these should be my obsidian box. Well, I've pretty much used up all of my obsidian. That's why I don't really have much of an obsidian box anymore. Alright, here we go. More obsidian. We got our dirt box there. And then now we're starting to get into some of the more miscellaneous parts. So we got some redstone, trapdoors, and wood. Well, let's see here. We can put these hoppers, torches. Those can go away. We'll put the trapdoors in there. Wood we'll put in here. There we go. Should have a thing of logs in here somewhere. Here we go. Here should have a thing of logs and another one of planks. Alright, we should be pretty much fully sorted. Oh, mostly sorted, I guess. We'll put some of this stuff around with us a little bit. Take that, take that. We'll take that. These can all come back with us. Dipping into one of these, we've got a dirt box we could put away in there, which I actually left on the ground, so now we can't. Additionally, our sandbox, or no, it was our glass box that was completely gone. That's what it was. So our sandbox is fine. Let's go ahead and put that back up in there. We'll put an empty one for glass too. Alright, let's see here. Packed ice. There we go. I think glowstone was in one of these. We got some soul sand. Do soul sand, glowstone. There we go. Magma blocks. Perfect. We can tuck those there. Tuck some of that away. Slab, stairs, and walls. There we go. We'll have our walls there. Alright. One of these should have carpet. Like we'll go ahead and make another box to have some of that in there, so that should be okay. Yep, string. There we go. Those are all empty. Our scaffolding box should be clean, so that's good. Take that back with us. This actually needs to be cleaned out too, finally. There we go. We should have some diamonds in here. Over diamond blocks from the tip of our beacon pyramid. Beacons is a hole, which I guess I can put with the skulls. Let's tuck that away. And we'll tuck that with their skeleton skulls. There we go. Flash and arrows, things we don't really care about. Cool. Alright, TNT, that's a redstone bit. Almost done sorting all this stuff away, so we're getting close. Oh, and the rest of these are actually redstone bits too. And that is a wood bit. Go do a little something like that. So you can go in there. Put the extra sticks away. We'll tuck some extra iron in there too, and furnaces. We need to redo a redstone box at some point, but we don't gotta worry about that for right now, so that's all good. Got that magma box, we can take that back with us. And bones, turtle eggs, and some other various bits and pieces, that should be okay. There we go. This needs to come back. And this too. There we go. Alright. Last couple of bits here. Tuck that there for now. I don't feel like actually digging into that at the moment. Alright, we should have some animal products that we can go ahead and dump this into. I guess those are more like growable things, so not quite what we're looking for. But honestly, we can tuck the seagrass and the turtle eggs together. I don't particularly mind. Those in there. Got some glowing sacks. We can go ahead and put those away too. There we go. And let's see here. Things we can grow. Cactus. Right. I guess we can have a cactus box, so we'll do that. We really have got to work on getting some dyes put together at some point, but that's fine. Put that in there. Got some empty boxes. Got our magma boxes. There we go. Bow is starting to be a little weak here. And otherwise, function blocks, those can go in there. We got some extra buckets we can go ahead and tuck away. So we should have a couple of things. First of all, we'll go ahead and grab ourselves our lava bucket, because we had to use that up for one of the farms. So let's go ahead and tuck that away now, and we'll put the regular buckets back in there, except for one of them, because that's going to be our second water bucket. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, the rest of these should be empty or basically unused. I can go back in there. Now we should have a couple of boxes in the shulker box. Yep, that have weird stuff in them that we need to do something about. Right, okay. Well, that should be fine. It's just full of cobble, that's good. That's full of cobble, that's good. We're gonna leave those two in here then. Alright, and then we got some weird extra bits. And our leftover water there, which is great. There's our dirt box. Alright, we should have a box with kelp in it. Yep, there we go. Tuck all that away in there. Then we have a box with some bone meal that we can put that away later. We don't really care too much for that. Redstone box, put our dispensers away. That's all good. Good, have one of these with some fences. There we go. We'll do a little something like that. And we'll put some of these extra logs away too. There we go. Didn't have to use up too many of our pale oak logs, luckily. We'll put those away. That's empty. That's sorted. There we go. We got our bone box. That can go back in and up here. We'll just take all these with us, and we'll go ahead and dump away a bunch of empty boxes. There we go. That means the rest of that stuff that we actually want, so that's good. Alright, cobblestone can't be put away yet. We still actually need to tuck some of this away. There's our cobblestone, cobblestone walls, cobblestone stairs. We'll put them away. And cobblestone slabs. There we go. Got some dirt we can consolidate. Perfect. And then blocks, they can go in there. That puts us with 2 empty boxes, which is enough to grab everything we gotta grab. Then our packed ice, we put that back away. There we go. Perfect. Alright, and then it is just these buckets. But we can tuck these away real easy, so we'll go ahead and do that. And there we go. So we got everything all nice and sorted away here. Very good. Additionally, we're going to sleep and go do some trading here for a little bit, because we actually need to go get some more food, and we actually need to get our bow all fixed up. So we'll head to the trading hall, go get a spare bow, and just go get that thing all patched back up. We got the levels to burn, right? We're currently now on day 684, so we're doing quite well for ourselves here today. But we've still got more to do. I do remember, though, the shulker farm, we also are leaving that alone for now because we have to make some instant health potions because he is kind of in a bad spot, so yeah, not cool. We're getting a little bit of extra iron, but again, we're not physically here enough right now to get all that we need for beacon stuff. So we'll probably be using gold blocks for a while for beacon shit, but we don't need to worry too much about that. Let's make sure too that we're not overproducing. Looks like we're doing good though. We will have to eventually empty out the bones, but we'll be okay. We can just leave it to run. Double check we're not having that issue over here on this side as well. No, looks like we're doing good. We'll let them keep doing their thing. All right, yeah. So we will go ahead and I guess we should actually grab. Oh, looks like I left a shit box here. We'll leave it. I don't really care. Looks like we'll go ahead and grab what we need first, though, before we head out. Just so that way we've got easy access to it. So we'll bring 2 stacks of scaffolding, some obsidian. There we go. Back in there. Some solid building blocks. Glass, which we will get in a little while. Temporary blocks, slabs, regular torches, soul torches, and then we'll get some of the redstone bits. So we need dust, we need the observers, we need, I think those are dispensers. Take all of them there. Hoppers, sticky pistons, regular pistons, comparators, repeaters, a lever, ladders as well, some trapdoors, which we'll take those. And a ton of carved pumpkins as well, which we will work on. Those away. Some iron bars too, by the looks of it. I know I just put those fence gates away not that long ago. Here we go. We'll grab some fence gates. They're gonna go right there. We'll grab some barrels, which luckily we still have from our good old lava farms. That's all nice. And we'll make some ladders. Oh, just kidding. I already got ladders. We'll put those in there. There we go. We are almost done now, if you can believe it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, we need some glass. Oh, turtle eggs and wart fungus will be other things that we gotta get. Let's go ahead and grab those. We'll grab 4 turtle eggs. See here, we should have... Yeah, we've got 4 wart fungus exactly. We should really go out and go get some more of this stuff at some point, but I'm not going to worry about that right this second. But if we do need to get more, we will be able to, so nothing to worry about. Pumpkins. How many pumpkins do we got? Probably none in here. And we need to go out and harvest more then. Dang. Well, we can go do that. That should be fine. Let's see here. We've got... We'll need like 2 stacks of pumpkins if we want to do that many piglins. I think Ian uses 128 in his farm, so we'll use that amount so that way we can get near his rate. That would be very cool. So we'll make sure to go out and get those. And last little things we need to pick up are some glass, soul torches, and iron bars. So luckily we've got the iron here to make some iron bars. So we'll just go ahead and do that real quick. There we go. It goes obsidian, building blocks, glass, temporary block, which we could use dirt or really whatever we want, just as long as we can break it easily, so that should be fine. We'll tuck the extra cobble away. I can go back. And yeah, I mean, I guess we can go grab like a stack of dirt or whatever for some temporary blocks. Here we go. We'll grab this 30 that's laying around here. And yeah, no glass at the moment. We've used up like all of it, so we will work on getting some more of that. This can come back with us, and we can go ahead and get those soul torches cooking. So let's see here. We should have some soul soil. And a couple of things. We need some coal, I think, and some sticks. Well, we don't have a whole lot of sticks. We'll just make some real quick. Soul torch. There we go. Toss that away. I can go there. All right. Here's our soil. Still got our iron left over, so that's good. We still need to go out and get some shears. And additionally, we need to go get like a stack of glass. So we'll head out to the trading hall and go get some of this other stuff done. Go get that glass. One other thing I wanted to get. Can't think of it right off the top of my head. I know I just said it not that long ago. Like half a second ago, I said exactly what it was I wanted to get. But, oh, shears. Shears. Yes. Okay. We should have them. Fingers crossed we have some laying around. Looks like we don't, so we'll dip into our reserve iron box that we have. And we'll just go ahead and make just a simple pair of shears. It should hold us over. We should have them in our toolbox now that I'm thinking about it, but I don't really dip into that thing as often as I should, so that's on me. But yeah, that'll get us everything except for the glass, which is good. Really should look at that toolbox because I know we're going to want flint and steel again. So we'll go ahead and get that. And we'll leave that alone for now. There we go. Keep those on there. I can come back with me. Yeah, actually, we'll put the flint and steel on that away too for now. That way they're out of the way. Did I have... I did. I had my regular pickaxes and stuff in there, so that's all good. Should put my other axe back in there at some point, but that's fine. We'll switch some of this stuff around a little bit. We got the boat ready. And again, we've got everything except for the glass and the pumpkins. So, yeah. Almost done. Now, considering I'm hearing a baby... Okay. Get out of here, cat boy. Alright, anyways, let's go pop down and go get some of those pumpkins real quick. Grab out whatever we can. That got us 10, so nothing too bad, but we are definitely going to need more because we're only on half a stack. There'll be enough to get started though, don't get me wrong, but we are going to want more than that. Additionally, let's load up on fireworks here a little bit. And make sure not to lose the box. There we go. And yeah. Okay. So we will go ahead and go on out to the villager trading hall real quick. Shouldn't take too long to do. And we'll go ahead and get that stuff taken care of. We're actually going to do something a little different here. We're going to go fly to the shulker farm and actually go turn it off because I don't really need it running at the moment and it's going to slow things down. So I'd rather keep it off for right this second. See, there's basically no bullets flying around, so this thing's like dead and buried for a little bit until we get that guy healed up because he's kind of in danger of dying. So, Shulker Farm is out of service until we can get this handled. Which, you know what? That's fine. I mean, we've got more in reserve there still, so we don't really have to worry. That should be primed when I'm ready to turn it back on again. Alright, and out we go. That's where we want to be. Here we go. Alright, we're going to make a quick trip over. Yep, they are spawning golems, so we don't have to worry about that. There we go. We'll pop down a bed a little bit farther out. Sleep here. Just that way it's daytime. That makes trading a lot easier. And from here, we can go ahead and pop into our trading hall and do some trading. Go ahead and turn off hitboxes too, since we don't need those on. Looks like some of my other junk has still been here. That's fine. Alright. We got a little bit of trading to do. First things first, let's go pop over to our good old friend the Fletcher here. And we'll buy ourselves a bow off of him. And we'll go ahead and cook up our good bow again. There we go. Back to full durability, just where we want to be. We got that all together. That should be fine. And we want some glass, so we need to wait for these guys to refresh their trade. So in the meantime, I will go ahead and pop down that. And we can fly around the world a little bit, I guess, to go see about getting some pumpkins, because I don't know if you've seen them as we've been flying, but sometimes there are pumpkin patches out there, and that is exactly what I'm looking for. So let's go see if we can find some of those pumpkin patches, or sunflowers, one or the other. There's a pumpkin patch right there. It's a good start. Won't be a whole lot, but you know, it's cumulative. Oh, this is close to the shulker farm. Wow, I actually didn't think they were this close to each other. That's pretty cool. We've got all of the tool tall flowers except for sunflowers, so we are also trying to keep an eye out for sunflower plains. Now, considering I have the adventuring time advancement, I know that I've seen them before, but apparently I never grabbed any, which was very foolish because, you know, we kind of want to build some micro farms that just bone meal two tall flowers because that's going to be a good source of dye. So we want to make sure we take advantage of that. We've also nearly got a stack of pumpkins right now, so we're doing okay. Another pumpkin patch down here. Hit a little bit of a lag spike there, considering we were, I guess, going into a new area we haven't gone to before. That puts us over a stack now. Good. We're halfway there. And I mean, technically, we could just bone meal like wildflowers or yellow dye, but it feels wrong having all the two tall flowers except for sunflowers, you know? Like, it's just been such a staple, so to not do it just feels weird and silly. And, you know, I mean, we'll be right there with it anyway, so, you know, it's easy enough to go find them. It'll take some time, but we will find them. Additionally, turning down our render distance to 20 chunks, I am also gonna go take a trip to the end to make sure that our end cobblestone farm is disabled, because I'm worried I left that on and that it's piling up because the hoppers will not be able to keep up with it after X amount of time. So we want to make sure that's handled too. Oh, larger pumpkin patch out in the swamp here. That's nice. Stack and a quarter. Some more pumpkins there, and I'm not seeing any of them anywhere else, so we'll go pop over and grab these. Nice patch too. It's a stack and a half here, so we're doing quite well. Got our trading hall complex there. We'll go search the nearby woods for more pumpkins. Whoops. Didn't look up high enough to gain some of the extra height I was looking for. It's just lava. Oh, another village. Neat. All right. Yeah, we've picked about every pumpkin dry out of here, so I don't think we will be seeing any more in this area unless we get lucky and we find one that we had missed, but I think that's about everything here. So we'll go ahead and head back to the trading hall and go do our trading that we need to do. Still trading to be done after all. Here we are. Here we go, good soft landing. Yeah, it was a little silly. Alright, there we go. Okay, much better. Go sell out to these guys. Alright, we'll trade out for some glass. We'll use this opportunity to stock up on glass again in general, because we are a little short and all that. There we go. We can put our stack of glass in there. We have an empty box to go ahead and put some more in there. And we'll trade some of these emeralds for some food. Don't want to run out of food there now either. There we go, that'll get us a nice surplus of emeralds, which we can go ahead and actually deconstruct real quick. And we'll grab some more food. And additionally, we'll spend some of these emeralds for enchantment bottles. Always good to have an extra source of backup XP in case anything like comically bad happens. Guys are being haters. I think they're done for today. Alright, cool. Well, we can go ahead and tuck those emeralds away. We got our box of our stuff. We got an extra box of glass we can go ahead and take with us too. There we go. Alright, so we've got every material except for the pumpkins, which again, still working on the pumpkins, almost done. But we will have everything we need to do this. And then it's just a matter of getting to the location properly. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and get the hell out of here then. We're gonna go fly back to our base, so that way we can go ahead and keep an eye out for more pumpkins. Our base is out by a positive X, if I'm not mistaken, because that's where the shulker farm was, because there's the portal that connects them both together. That's all good. Still looking for another pumpkin patch. And it's already been another half hour, if you can believe it, so yeah. Today's stream also started a good bit earlier, but that's because I just kind of had an itch to kind of get back in and start playing again, so hey, you might as well stream early to make that happen, right? But here we are back at our base. Let's go ahead and keep flying around for any more pumpkins. They gotta be out here somewhere. At least I would hope so. Not to mention that sunflower plains too that we're looking for. We got a village with the blacksmith up here. That's cool. I'm just gonna leave it alone. They don't even have anything worth stealing anymore. Especially with the gold farm now. Gold would have been kind of cool, but that ain't needed, so. I think we got a pumpkin patch here. That's great. Here we go. Alright, about 20 pumpkins away, so not too much more to go get. Savannah village there, cool. Doesn't do a lot for us right now, but could be cool to know for later. There have been talks about the villager rebalancing trade coming in a near-ish update because they recently made some updates to it of some kind. But we have our trading hall pretty well established, so it's a non-issue at the moment, and it's one of those things too that it's a pain. I hope they rework it a little bit, where at least if they're gonna do the whole biome split thing, that you're gonna get the max level enchantment out of it, because not getting max level is pretty lame because you just have to double up on books, and that kind of stinks pretty bad. So I really hope they don't do that. And maybe that they make changes to villager breeding where, or maybe it already exists like this, but like, okay, there should be a chance for a villager. So you say you have two swamp villagers, right? If they have a baby, then that baby should always be a swamp villager. I think that's how it already is in the game. I just don't remember. But they should have something like that where you could have like a pair of them or whatever that breed, make a kid, and then said kid is always going to be whatever their parents' biome is. So you could, unless they're in. No, actually, because if you do that, since the other two don't spawn naturally, how would you get a hold of them to begin with? That is a good point. Yeah, no, I don't really know. Maybe it could be a thing where they will take precedent over like whatever their parents have, but then they have a chance of being a different villager type or something like that. No, that doesn't sound right either. Hmm. Maybe it could be a case where they can change. No, if they change biome types, then that kind of defeats the purpose to an extent too. I was gonna say maybe it could be like they can change biomes depending on which biome they got their workstation in. That like you locked it in by trading with them. So you could start out with like a plains villager, bring it to a swamp, give it a job there, it becomes a swamp villager with that profession, and then you lock it in, and now it's always going to be a swamp villager. You know, something like that. So that way you still have to bring villagers to that biome, but you don't necessarily have to have like a whole breeder at that biome to do what you got to do. So who knows? Also, damn, I'm seeing like no pumpkins anywhere right now. It's getting kind of annoying. Probably because I haven't bitched about it hard enough, so we'll see if that actually does anything for me. Same deal with that damn sunflower plants, because I am not finding any of those out and about either. That's a cool aquifer. No damn pumpkins anywhere, man. We're just not in the spot for it, I guess. There's gotta be some in this swamp, surely. Gotta be a little pumpkin patch in here. No? Come on, you gotta give me something. Come on, you gotta give me something. Oh, wait, I think we got some. About to say, if there's a whole swamp with no pumpkin patch, that's kind of not cool. Oh, it's frogs. We love frogs. That's the only way to get frog leaps. Hey, this patch is actually large enough. This might just do it. It looks like it will. Oh shit, that got us right to 2 stacks. Can't complain about that. Alright, so with that, we have everything we need. So base-wise, we're going back to negative 24,039. So we need to go negative x, positive z, which will be out in this direction. I think we got a Frosted Peaks over here. That's cool. Literally. Yeah, this is just a quick flight back on home to get everything primed and ready. There are a couple things to note about this. So this is going to be built below. Well, how do I want to do this? Okay, so we have a couple of options. Realistically, this is going to be built below the nether roof somewhere in a spot that I'm comfortable with. And then we can get easy access to it via breaking a hole in the nether roof and then, taking our infrastructure to get there. I think that's the route I want to go with this. It needs to be built in another waste biome as well, so we need to keep that in mind. And yeah. It should be a fairly quick build too, so this shouldn't really take too long or nothing. It is still going to be interesting to do though. Got a nice chunk of icebergs out here. I wonder if this is one of the iceberg biomes I had found that I decided to build a portal in. It sure doesn't look like it from this angle, but then again, it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, we should be coming up to our base here momentarily. This should be one of our mountain ranges. And that certainly looks like it. That looks like our frozen peaks that we dig all of our ice out of. And yep, there's another portal there. Means here is our base. Here we go. We don't tend to see it from this angle all too often, so it's pretty neat to see. Oh, this got stuck somewhere. We need to retrigger this. It's weak. Trigger both of them, why not? There we go. We are a little laggy here, won't lie, but it should be okay. And these guys are still doing their thing. That's good. The iron farm should still be doing its thing. Yeah, it certainly looks like it. Alright, so we got some pumpkins this year here. Here we are. This is what we want. So we're going to leave our space open for that. And we're going to get ourselves some shears. And it looks like you can shear them from the top, so that's good. We'll go ahead and get our axe out. I could probably make like a dispenser clock that will allow me to like shear them a little better. Go. We'll just create like a giant cube of them, basically. Something similar. Alright, almost done. Only got 16 more to do. There we go. Perfect. So, we can go ahead and tuck these away in here. We'll bundle these back up. We'll go ahead and put the pumpkin seeds away. We'll probably make like a larger like pumpkin field at some point, so I do want to preserve these a little bit. Let's see, a place for a box. Put that in the shears all together. There we go. Okay. So, that'll get us everything that we need. All we have to do now is go find a location to go build this at, and sit down and build it, and get it done. This should also include the shulker box loader in the tutorial as well, which is great. Because we finally have these shulker boxes to get good use out of a loader, so that'll be nice to have. But yep, we'll go ahead, and for anyone who is interested, this is going to be the farm that we're going to be building. Again, this is the nice little bartering farm by ENX04, so highly, highly recommend a lot of his videos. And yeah, let's see what we got. Let's see where we want to go. Okay, a couple of things. We want to go to a Crimson Forest, and we want to be at a spot where our feet are at Y level 117. That's going to be our first order of business here, so let's go ahead and get on down, like so. And before we formally build any of this, again, we're going to go check on the end portal, because I am a little worried that that thing is being a tub of lard. So we're going to have to go take care of that. You could just barely see it for a second there, but that was our gold farm. You can see the beacon beam actually through the fog once in a blue moon. I guess if the angle hits it right. You can see that's our bit. And we'll go ahead and pop on through just to do some checks on it. You can see he's still shooting at it. Actually, it doesn't matter because that chunk won't be loaded. Holy... To see it went through for a little bit, but it'll stop because that chunk's fully unloaded now. Holy Jesus almighty. Good God. I need to make a proper storage area down in here for a little bit. It's just too cramped. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to expand this out a little bit. I basically want a nice spot for an ender chest and a crafting table and just some empty space in general. So we'll go ahead and hollow this out to the back here. And then we'll slab off the floor. Put the ends down in the box there. There we go. Perfect. We'll toss that down there. Okay. We'll refill that fully. That can come back with me because that's mine. And we'll toss some of this stuff away. We're just going to load up on boxes. Let's not overcomplicate it too hard. Ooh. That makes 10 boxes. And we'll put this in here so that we don't have to deal with it. Start from the top and work our way down. That's 1. 2. Need to do 5 double chests worth of cobble. 3. 4. And number 5. Alright, that'll get us 10 boxes of cobblestone. That should fuel all of our issues that we have, and that means we can finish the spawn proofing too for the wither skeleton farm at some point, which we will not do today of course, but it should help cut down on our lag a little bit since we were kind of getting a build up there. Which that should be fine. That guy's spinning. Yeah, we'll kill you for your pearl, why not? Can't hurt to get a couple more pearls while we're out here, right? Of course, we got our sextuple beacon here. And we can head on back. There we go. Cool. Alright. So, with that done, we should be able to cut down on lag a little bit here since all of our farms are currently turned off, except for our hostile mob farms. But they won't be loaded while we're gone, so we don't care. So we'll make a quick little flight on down. There we go. Sweet. Alright, and now we are looking for a crimson forest. So, we are actually going to have to do this below the nether roof. I can't really go above, unfortunately. No, not playing this game. That was bullshit. You know it. That was a direct fucking shot at it. That's some bullshit. Alright, well, anyways. Crimson Forest. I feel like I've seen one not too far from me, but I couldn't exactly tell you for sure. Oh, I know where I've seen one close to me. By the Nether Fortress, of course. If you remember, our Nether Fortress actually peeks into a waste, the Soul Sand Valley, and a Crimson Forest. So, this should actually be perfect for us here. See, we got a regular piglin there. Should be able to head on down and out. No idea what's going on out there. No clue. Anyways, let's see here. No blaze. Oh, no blaze. Huh, weird. Alright. Well, we'll go make a run for it out here. Oh, it was probably just another waste. Dang, I just saw red and I assumed. Oh well. Yeah, I guess I just assumed. That's alright. Alrighty. We're specifically looking for a Crimson Forest here because that's going to give us the most amount of piglin spawns. So, yeah, that's why we're out and about for it. Warped Forest, naturally. Alright, well, we may as well double back here a bit. See if we can go start somewhere at a different spot. We shouldn't be too terribly far off from a Crimson Forest. Seem to be having a bit of a hard time locating one. Not cool. Ah, here we go. Close enough, I guess. Yeah, this will probably be it, right? We could do it here. Yeah, this is gonna be the one. I'm feeling it here. Alright. So, couple of things. We need to go up high enough until our feet are physically at Y level 117. And we will also pick up some of this in the meantime. We don't care much for these guys that are out and about here already. I'm just going to keep my distance from them. And we'll pick up some of this warp fungus while we're here. Alright, and while we're thinking about it, let's see where we are compared to our existing portal. 400 blocks out. It's not too bad. We could fly that quite quickly, so... And we can ice boat that even quicker once we get that set up. So yeah, I would say this is a good biome that we want to go ahead and be in. I'm okay with this. What I will say, though, is we can try and get a little bit closer here. So we want to go negative Z, positive X, so why don't we go ahead and try and navigate through this terrain here a little bit. See if we can't find a good spot for ourselves here. Go. Oh, looks like we're getting another waste territory now, so... Maybe not. Let's see here. Biome Crimson Forest. Still Crimson Forest, yeah. Guess it'd be fine. One of them was trying to chase me, but I've opted to ignore him. Still a Crimson Forest here. Neat. Oh, shoot. Negative Z, positive X. We want to head out this way if we can. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. This feels a lot more nether wasty, so. This is still a Crimson Forest, though. Okay, well, that's neat. We're physically standing at 111, so we're pretty close to where we want to be. So I guess we could just dig, honestly, and see how far we can push this. Let's go up to 117, first of all, which we are now standing at. And let's just dig in a straight line until the biome changes. Now let's see our target here again. We're looking for is something that is as close to negative 3017, negative 216, negative 126, sorry. So yeah, we're going to want to go negative Z mainly. Oh, nether waste, hold up. Wait a second. Nether waste again. Right, okay. This is about as far as we can go. This is about as far as we go. Okay. Entire thing is a Crimson Forest the whole way through. Perfect. Alright, and let's see what else we got. 8 blocks long, 5 blocks wide, 3 blocks high. So, let's do some counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go, 8 by 5 by 3. And we want to start building out for our shulker box loader. So a couple of things, we're going to get our torches, and we're going to get our solid blocks, our barrels, hoppers, dispensers, repeater, comparator, piston, redstone dust, sticky piston. And we'll leave that there for now. Additionally, we will go ahead and build this on the long wall. So let's see here, we'll try and match it up with what's in the tutorials, that way this is a little bit easier. We'll put a torch down too, so hopefully we can see a little bit better. There we go. Alright. So those parts should be done, so we'll toss those away. Alright, repeater, then comparator up on the barrel. So repeater, comparator, those bits are done. Regular piston, done. cobblestone dust. Sticky piston coming out of that, which will mean that this is done. And an observer with the face facing a little bit of a different direction here. There we go. And some of our building blocks again. We'll go ahead and move our torch around a little bit more. Alright. There and there. Yeah, that's the loader done. Well, this is where we can go ahead and start loading this thing up. Let's grab ourselves an empty shulker box. However many we can get, because we actually don't have a whole lot of empties left anymore since we got that cobblestone. Now we put that there. Perfect. Okay, there we go. So, that'll cover us on that. And for now, we're going to want to pack this up and get ready. Got more to do. Alright. This is where we're going to want our gates, scaffolding, glass, and some building blocks. Pop it off with solid blocks. There we go. There we go. That'll get us in and out again, which is nice. I guess technically I would rather have this. There we go. Do a little something like that. And we'll place one more at the end here for good measure. Nice. Alright. So eventually when this is all done, you would throw all your gold at them, they would start bartering, and then you would just shift click like everything into this box as fast as possible. It loads it, breaks it, pops out a new one, and then you just keep going basically. Additionally, this looks like this would be primed for additional shulker box storage, so we can expand and modify this once we're fully done to house more shulker boxes. But we're not there yet, so we needn't worry about that. Additionally, this build tutorial goes all the way to about 11.5 minutes. We're 6.5 minutes, actually 7 minutes through the tutorial. It's only 4 more minutes of tutorial. Alright, so temporary blocks and trapdoor. So, 16 by 16. So, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That. Alright, that should be about even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's do another head count. And we'll place down some torches to make things a little bit easier to see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So we're going to shift this out just a little bit so we can get the trapdoor to be centered a little better. Like so. And then we'll go ahead and do this again. That's 1, 2. And additionally, we need to make sure that this whole thing is going to be in a crimson forest. This is the actual important part that needs to be in a crimson forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's do another count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect. Now we just go ahead and dig out this whole room that we've gone ahead and outlined. You can see we're still well within a crimson forest. Fucking lame. Most of this is in a crimson forest, but it would appear that a portion is in a nether waste. Now, this doesn't really matter because the whole point of this isn't necessarily to keep this around permanently. This is just so that way we can get piglins to spawn comfortably. Although, yeah,